morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the Morning Brunch. I'm Renee Skinner.
And I'm Nathan Kitchens.
All righty, here's what's on the menu for today's brunch. We're taking a look at some of our favorite stories from today. Then we've got a cute kitten ready to find a home. You can meet them in our Pet of the Week.
It's really cute. And also, I'll give you a look at today's weather in our last bite. And just a little hint about our weather, we got some lightning in the forecast. And I got my lightning tie on today, so
It looks good on
weather,
you.
so.
Yeah, I like that, man. All right, well, looking forward to that forecast. But
Okay, there we go. Yeah, you see the lightning strike?
So our viewers can appreciate it. Look at that. I love that.
Yeah.
Who gave you that tie?
Somebody from church, a piano player, many years ago gave me that when I was just in college at the time. But she knew I wore ties sometimes at church. She knew I was gonna try to get in TV. So
Good deal.
It was really nice.
That's a good luck charm for you. All right, so here's what's on my plate. In Governor J.B. Pritzker's 8th budget address, he says he's looking to tax social media companies. The proposal would force social media companies to pay a monthly tax based on how many active Illinois users they have. Pritzker says it will raise $200 million, and that money would fund K-12 education. He says social media companies need to pay their fair share. His bill would ban social media companies from putting that cost onto the consumers. And this definitely stuck out to me because I believe that social media companies should be taxed. I think that, if we are daily users of their platform, with kids using Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of that, I think there needs to be some sort of taxation. And I think that social media companies need to pay their fair share. And if this is the governor's approach to doing that, maybe a little more research is needed on my behalf, but I think I would support that. And I also, it's kind of curious because J.B. Pritzker is a billionaire. And a lot of people are talking about, why not tax these billionaires and whatnot? But he is taking an alternate route, and he is, proposing this tax on social media companies. So I found that a little interesting. But I like the idea of him making Facebook and X pay, because X, I know, makes us pay, right, for the verification check mark?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, even on Facebook, it's almost impossible now to get the verification check mark without paying, so.
Right. So, hey, they're making us pay. Let's make them pay, too. So,
amen to that.
Yeah, and then also the money would fund K-12 grade. And so, Illinois isn't the only state that has issues with funding education. When I lived in Mississippi, that was an issue. And basically, a lot of times lawmakers will look at like a formula on how to fund K-12 education. And for so many years in Illinois, the funding formula has just been short. Yeah. So a lot of these schools aren't fully funded. So you have these teachers unions coming to Governor Pritzker saying, hey, our schools need funded, our teachers need raises, and the governor is, saying, okay, here's a proposal. Now, whether or not, state lawmakers are going to approve of this proposal, that's another story. Yeah. But it is going to be interesting to see, how this proposal will shape out,
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about taxing social media companies, but, I'd have to do more research on it. But I think it is a good idea. And I know teachers, it's a thankless job. Any educators out there, and to think that this money, which I think the social media companies should be taxed to an extent, and to take that money towards something that is very important, I can get behind that. So
absolutely, I agree. Now, I know something weather related is on your plate.
Yeah, we've had some interesting weather here. So usually we can count on rain to clean things off a little bit. However, showers across the northern part of the state this week ended up leaving dust and dirt in its path. And that's because wildfires and dust storms in the Great Plains, we're talking areas like Kansas, Oklahoma, has sent debris into the atmosphere. That got caught up in the storm that headed north to Chicago. The weather left a layer of dirt on many people's cars. And once the water evaporated, and that with all the road salt and local car washes had a busy day, we're set to see some rain today in central Illinois, which could bring the same dust and debris our way.
Excuse me.
Once again, bless you.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
That's the dust.
It's all this dust.
It's the
You know,
dust.
I'm very allergic to dust, apparently, so I think just looking at it will make me want to sneeze. But yeah, this story stuck out to me because I actually noticed some of the dirt on my car where I live in East Peoria. We had just some sprinkles Tuesday night, And even those sprinkles were enough to leave that dusty residue. I noticed yesterday my car looked filthy, and I was, of course, frustrated. But this is something that many states have been experiencing. I know Kentucky, I saw a lot of pictures from there. My parents said they had dirt all over their car, asking what in the world happened, that they woke up and their cars are filthy. And this has been covering much of the U.S. So we've got all these dust storms because of so much wind, and we've had wildfires. And these storms, it actually takes all that dust and puts it way up in the upper part of the atmosphere near the jet stream, which is a good 30,000 feet up. So it's crazy to think how high up that dust is going. And then, of course, when the precipitation comes down, then, of course, it's coming out of the rain in form of that dirty rain. So we might actually see a little bit of that again tonight. So if we get some rain, you wash your car today and you're thinking, oh, you know, it's a great day to wash your car. Tomorrow it might have a layer of dirt on it. So just a heads up.
So just wait till the weekend to do it. Put it off.
There
Put
we
it
go.
off. Put it off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got a little mad. I think someone put a smiley face on my car and said, "Clean me,"
It might have been
or
me.
"Wash."
No,
What?
I was
Oh, I was gonna say.
I do
David!
that to my parents' cars all the time, just for fun. Clean me, wash me.
Okay, well, I'm glad it wasn't you, because I would have been
No,
mad.
I would not do that. I promise.
But I don't know, like, someone did that, and I'm just like, whatever, man. You
Come
do
on.
it then. You give me $30 to get my car washed. I'm
Not what
not
it
doing
costs
it.
now, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, but the dust is annoying, and it's probably good maintenance to wash your car, because not only dust, but you've got salt probably on your car.
Yeah.
And that could rust parts of your car, so unfortunately, washing your car is a good idea, even though it's tedious, even though it can be messy, costs money.
Unless you do it yourself at home. But
Yeah.
I
Who
can't
wants to do that?
And I can't do that where I live. I live in an apartment. There's no outdoor water faucets that I have access to.
Just bring a bucket, you know?
That's true.
And wipe.
And don't forget the underbody either, because of all that salt on all those important car parts to your car.
Yeah.
The underbody, if it starts to rust out, that could be really bad.
It is. So
Yeah, and the thing is too, like, we really haven't had rain at all this month, or snow or anything in Peoria. In fact, this is the driest February on record so far. So everything's so dusty, and there's still that salt residue from like that snow we had a month ago that's still on the roads. So unfortunately, the salt's still out there. So when the roads do get wet, you still get spray from the salt and everything, and it's a messy time of year.
it is, for sure. So keep that maintenance up on your car, and or you could just let Mother Nature do the rest.
Yeah. One of these days, we're going to get a spring rainstorm that'll wash it all away. So
we're going to get a big one. So, all right, well, we have a mega question of the day. It is, what is something you'd try if you knew you could not fail?
Yeah, that's interesting. I always thought it would be so cool, and maybe it's still something that could happen. I would love to start like my own business related to weather. I would love to show like weather companies, hey, like I can actually forecast the weather in a way that can give you the details you need to save your business a lot of money, to save your bottom line, you know, and I think that would be really cool. But it's one of those things, you have to be the right person to do it. Not any person can just start a business. You've got to have the right personality. You've got to be super duper outgoing.
It takes money.
Have money to start it in the first place, and be good with money. And those are things I kind of struggle with. I'd love to go like skydiving if I knew I wouldn't fail at that, but I don't know if I would be alive to tell about it. It would be cool. But I feel like,
this
fear
question,
is,
go ahead.
fear
Finish
is
with that.
something that's always holding us back from doing those big things.
Yeah.
Because and many times the things that we fear that will happen don't happen. So you got to remember that.
No, just by luck, something bad will happen. That's what I believe. Everyone else is fine, but one slip up, that's going to happen with me. But yeah, I mean, this question is kind of loose-ended. Like, what are the stipulations?
Right.
If I want to try something that could hurt me, like, if I fail, I'm not going to fail at it, but would it still hurt me? You know, like, okay, I want to try doing the splits. But my body clearly doesn't move like that.
I can't do splits.
So if I were to try that and I knew I couldn't fail, would those ligaments still move after I got up?
Probably not.
Probably not. So what a loose-ended question. Our producers. I don't know. I like the lane that I'm in. I'm not going to try anything new. I'm not going to, dream to do anything new. This is the lane I'm supposed to be in, and I'm sticking with it.
I would be a musician and travel the whole world if I knew I couldn't fail.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I could see you. Yeah, with a guitar, strumming along. All right. Well, we're going to take a commercial break, but we've got your pet of the week coming up next. Stick around.
Hello everyone, I have Kitty Yanko here with me from the Peoria Humane Society. This girl has a powerful name.
She does. Her name is Viking.
Oh, very
Yes.
powerful.
She's about 2 years old. She's on the smaller side. Not for sure why she was at the shelter. I think her owners gave her up, but she is really cuddly and loves a lot of attention. She's just a sweet girl.
What's this coat pattern called?
Well, she's tabby. That
Yeah.
would be your, stripe here, and then the white. So she's a mix of tabby and white. She's kind of, it's a little bit unique. She's got spatterings of white here and there, and but she's just kind of tiny and petite and sweet.
Did we mention how old this sweet girl is?
About 2, I
About
think.
2.
Yeah.
So she is fully grown. She is going to probably remain a little on the smaller side. But that also means that she's spayed. She's had shots. She's microchipped. And unlike kittens, the space between vet visits for an adult cat is usually a little bit more spaced out.
It is. So she probably, if she's up to date, she probably won't need to go for another year or so.
Yeah.
So, and I think she is, health-wise, she looks good, not aware of anything going on. So it's a sweet deal. I know we
is.
just had Valentine's Day last week, but honestly, you get a great pet, great family member, and PCAPS makes it easy by funding a lot of the costs that you would have up front otherwise.
And with an adult cat, you already know what their personality is. So she's just a sweet, beautiful girl. I wonder if that's like a little bit of dirt on her whisker or if that's just a color pattern right over here.
Well, I didn't even notice that.
She's got a little color pattern right next to her nose.
She might. She's got a smudge right there too. You're right. Very observant.
Very pretty, and she's got gorgeous yellow eyes. Again, the powerful name. I love the name Viking for this sweet girl. She seems like she's very observant and very happy to be a lap kitty. If you would like to adopt Viking or any of the other animals that are up for adoption, you can contact the number on your screen, 672-2440, and you can find this interview on ciproud.com.
All righty, cutie indeed. Let's go on ahead and jump into our topics for the morning. Have you heard of the saying, age is nothing but a number? Well, science may confirm it. You might be able to reverse aging just by thinking younger. The idea started in 1979 when a group of seniors in Milan were placed in a setting to mirror life in 1959. The study found that the participants not only felt more physically fit, but they also believed they actually looked younger. On the flip side, long-term studies by Popular Mechanics indicate that individuals who absorb more negative age stereotypes tend to experience worse physical outcomes. They may even live up to 7 years less than those with more positive views of themselves. Oh dear. Ooh. So the key is to think younger. And, oh, look at that old couple. Oh. So I guess you're as young as you really feel. Maybe just holding on to that young mentality. And when I think of like how a young person thinks, I think of innocence. I think of being curious. I think of you know, kids aren't really afraid of a lot. They may, they may be afraid of what's under the bed, but for the most part, I believe kids are adventurous.
Very
so maybe having that mindset may make you feel, younger.
Yeah, maybe I need to just go buy a slip and slide. I'm sure my landlord would love that.
It might be.
But that's one of the things that will take me back to the simpler times of being a kid. Just running outside, going down on a slip and slide, or jumping on a trampoline. Yeah. No cares in the world. My pants falling down on a trampoline, and I still have memories of that too.
That happened? That really happened?
Yep.
What happened after that is what I want to know.
My friends still talk about it to this day, so.
Did they run off in embarrassment? So you're literally hopping on a trampoline, and all of a sudden your pants just
forgot to wear my belt, And I was in this, I'll just say this, I was in the SpongeBob at the time, so that kind of gives you an idea.
You had SpongeBob undies. Oh my God.
I don't know how old I was. I was young. It wasn't like I was 15.
Nathan, I learned something new about you every day.
So that takes me back to being a kid. And I still think about that every time I jump on a trampoline, which isn't too often now, but.
Lesson learned, never jump on a trampoline in baggy pants without a belt.
Because like I said, when I was younger, I did wear some baggy pants.
I know, that's why I threw that in there.
Well, there is a new retirement home, moving on, new retirement home in Malaysia, but it's not for older people. It's for those under 30.
What?
Okay, well, I'm too old then.
Me too.
Okay, Namshan Wellness is the name. The hope is that young people can reset their minds, regain their energy, and find their life's purpose again. It was founded by a 26-year-old who decided he was burned out, ready to walk away from the constant strain of studying or walking the traditional 9 to 5. Residents spend a day doing activities that stimulate their mind, body, and soul. They can try their hand at feeding the fish, planting vegetables, and taking long walks. But why would people? Under a report released last year showed that 1 in 5 people, young people, need some time off work due to burnout, and they're very dissatisfied with their current jobs.
Okay, my question is, if you do retire at 30 or you go to a retirement village in Malaysia like we just read, how are you going to pay for that? What are your bills looking like? Can you just afford to just up and skip to Malaysia and just, live your bliss? I don't know. That just seems like such a Gen Z thing. Oh, I'm going to retire. I'm 30. I'm burnt out. 30, you're still young.
Yeah.
You still have breast milk on your mouth. What are you doing?
I feel like this trend really began with COVID. During the pandemic,
sure
everybody got this
did.
new mindset of what they want their life to look like.
Yeah.
And in ways, it's great, but you gotta have a steady income. And
yeah, absolutely.
I'm all for being in a better place mentally, and I get the burnout thing, but I don't know.
I don't see it. It's easy for me to be like, what problems are you really facing? But people go through real things. I'm not going to dismiss anyone's trauma or anyone's pain. But just from my viewpoint, you're 30, you've barely hit life. So keep going, please. Please keep going.
Yeah, get older and wiser.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for years we've been told that a nightly sit-down family dinner should be standard, but it builds connection, better communication, and stronger families. But a recent New York Times article is questioning whether that expectation still makes sense. The reality for a lot of families, everyone is overscheduled. The kids are overscheduled, and sometimes adding a formal dinner to the end of the day just creates more stress, not less. The article points out that when dinner becomes an obligation, the conversation can feel forced, and that doesn't always lead to real connection. On the other hand, many families say sitting down together, even for a short time, is one of the only moments in the day when everyone pauses, puts the phone down, and reconnects. So here's the question: is the pressure to have a family dinner every night outdated, or is it a tradition worth holding on to? That's a good question.
I think it's a tradition worth holding on to. I mean,
think so,
we
too.
did that at least as a kid. Now, not every night could we do that because of work schedules. Maybe my
Yeah.
dad was working late, or my sister and I had a game or something and we couldn't be home. So
Yeah.
sometimes we'd eat in the car. You just eat wherever to try to fit it in your schedule. But we still had at least a few nights a week a sit-down dinner, which was really nice. It's nice to just connect with everybody because otherwise it's easy, even in the same home, you can feel completely disconnected with people you live with, but it's good to
Yeah.
continue to be in communication and know what's going on in their life. And it was just a time to kind of settle down and put away the smartphones. And
Yeah. I will say it did feel forced, though, when it was a requirement, especially on Sundays. We had to sit there
really?
and eat with family, and it would just get awkward sometimes,
Sure.
you know? And then during the week, my mom, she would start cooking at like 4 in the afternoon. So we'd have dinner early, so my dad would get home late, so we wouldn't see him. So it was just basically every man for himself. Get a plate if you want it. You know, if you don't, go to bed. You know,
Right.
so yeah, it did feel a little forced, but I do think that quality family time is good. Even if there's a TV in front of you all and you're just sitting there on the couch
Yeah,
with your
that's
plate
okay.
eating, I feel like that's okay, and that's still connecting and bonding.
exactly,
So,
yeah. My sister and I, we had a little kids table, and we would sit. It was in the family room, apart from the kitchen, and we
Yep.
would sit in there and watch TV the whole time while we're eating dinner. But
yeah.
I'm glad my parents were allowing us to do that. So.
I hated the kiddie table. Especially at big family gatherings, they would pull out the kid
Oh, of
table.
course.
I hated it because they would sit me there. But then when I turned 16, 17, I graduated from the kid table.
Ooh,
And I
big
thought I
step.
was big time then.
Yeah. I still get put at the kids' table every time. Because they want to sit with me, and they're like, sit here. And they're like, oh, there's no room for you. You got to go to the kids' table. And
That is what?
so I
It's not
just-
because
I
you're
just deal
little?
with it. What? Well,
so sorry.
I do still look very youthful, but
So sorry, Nathan.
you're right.
He's a shorty. That's
am-
why I said. 'cause
I'm
he's
trying to
little.
stay young, so I will definitely take that as a compliment.
And you are young, buddy. You are young and fearless. All right. We're going to take a break, but we've got your last bite coming up. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Morning Brunch. As we come to a close, here are your last bites. We'll start with the joke of the day. So what kind of bagels do pilots eat? Pilots, and what are pilots in?
Oh, a plane. Plain
Plain plane. They eat
bagels.
plain bagels.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty good.
Is, huh.
Maybe not as good as yesterday's
Yeah,
joke.
what was yesterday's
Yesterday was the
joke
one
again?
about the
fart in the window?
The Apple
Yep.
Store. And yeah.
I like that
Because
one
there were no
better.
windows.
But, you know, people who travel by plane, they may have, they may be facing some rainy weather
Yeah,
soon?
a little turbulence out there
Yeah.
possibly today with the shower and storm chance. Right now, we're not seeing a lot. There are a few light showers approaching our area. So if you're going to be out this afternoon, have a raincoat just in case. And we could see a few thunderstorms. There is that chance that we could see something become strong to severe as well, especially late this afternoon going into tonight. And then tomorrow morning, we could actually see a few snow showers out there. It's going to get much colder. I'm just laughing because this weather's so crazy. Tomorrow we've got a high of 40 with gusty winds. And then for the weekend, it should be dry, but boy, those temperatures.
Oh my gosh.
They will be quite chilly.
They will be quite
We should get that
chilly.
winter coat back out, unfortunately.
Yeah. Aw. Well, at least we have something good to look forward to. We're going back to 50 degrees.
Exactly.
Next week by
Yeah,
Wednesday.
that is the good news. It's not going
Yeah.
to last too long. We will start to rebound back a little bit above average again. So
Yeah.
at least the worst of winter, I do think, is behind us.
Okay.
And there's no real snow in the forecast, aside from a few snow showers tonight. So
Good deal.
Could be a lot worse, but just not going to be as spring-like as we enjoyed
Yeah.
the last few days.
As long as I don't have to wake up to 7-degree temperatures, I think,
Ooh.
that's sad that's the standard, but
Yeah.
yeah.
We had it rough for a while, but
We did. Well, thank you for that good news, Nathan.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have for you all this morning.
have a great day. We will see you tomorrow.